Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Noble, and today I'm going to be sharing with you another version of the Red Eyes Black Dragon deck profile. So I really wanted to do this one because all the expensive cards in the Red Eyes Black Dragon deck got reprinted in Legendary Duelists Season 1. Definitely recommend you picking up this deck now, like Baby Dragon, Slash Dragon, Gearfried, like all that stuff just got reprinted and it is awesome. I'm so happy to see a $5, $6, $10 price tag on this stuff now because it was just stupid expensive before. And they got secret rare reprints. It's not like they got some crappy like super rare common reprint. They got secret reprints. So that's really, really cool. And they honestly would look really good in my opinion. So I'm really excited to just kind of do a more pure Red Eyes Black Dragon deck. Now there's a lot of different ways you can go with this deck. You can go, more of Exceed, Exceed burn with Flare Metal, focus more on fusions. Of course, this is going to look a little bit different when Dragoon comes out. And of course, we'll be updating it then. But this is the version I've been playing, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. Of course, it's flexibility like it is in every deck. But without further ado, guys, let's get right on into this one. So to start off with, we're playing 3 Red Eyes Black Dragon because you have to. It's just really, really mandatory that you play 3 of this because you're just sending so many vanilla Red Eyes to the grave, and a lot of cards effect stipulates that there has to be a normal Red Eyes Black Dragon in the graveyard, like a normal monster or something like that. So it's really important that you play that. Also, on that topic, I'm playing a Red Eyes Black Flare. Now you could technically, if you wanted to play another one of this, that's fine. But it's really important because this becomes a normal monster while it's face up in the field and in the graveyard. It doesn't do it in the hand, but it does do it in the graveyard. So it's really cool because if you decide to play like Silver's Cry or something like that, it's a target for that as well. Which I actually took that out of this one, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Of the next 3. I'm running 3 of the Red Eyes Alternative Black Dragon. This card is really important as well. Has some really cool effects. It's easy to get out in the field. You can, it can't be normal summon set. Must first be special summon from your hand by attributing 1 Red Eyes monster from your hand or field. So it's easy to get out. And then it puts a Red Eyes body in the grave, which is what you want a lot of times. You only special summon Red Eyes Alternative Black Dragon once per turn this way. If this card is destroyed by battle, or this card's own possession is destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can target 1 level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster in your graveyard, except another copy of this card, and then special summon it. And then if it was a Red Eyes Black Dragon that was special summoned, its original attack becomes doubled. So it's really cool. It's a great floating effect to where if you have a Red Eyes in your graveyard, which you will, like you just like on turn 1, a lot of times you just get like 2 or 3 of them in the graveyard, like not including Flare. But then you get to bring back a Red Eyes Black Dragon that's attack is doubled to 4,800, and that is really, really cool. It's just a really great effect. So next up, I'm also running the Red Eyes Darkness Metal. I'm not running the alternative Aria. Oh, that's cool. Just super disappointed that it was only a common. I really don't get that. It was such a cool card. It just could have been such a good secret or ultra rare even. Like I just don't get that. But you do have to apply the errata effect, which is fine. But Red Eyes Darkness Metal is really great for this deck, like it is in any dragon deck. I'm running just 2 of the Black Stone of Legend. I don't really think you need 3 of these, but if you want to run 3, that's totally fine. But this is a really cool card. You can tribute this card, especially on a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck, except Red Eyes Black Chick. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster in your graveyard, except Red Eyes Black Chick, shuffle it into the deck, and then if you do that, you add this card back to your hand. But you can only use 1 of those effects per turn, so you can't like summon it, tribute it, then shuffle something back into the deck, and then get back in your hand and like do it all over again. You can't loop it. It is a hard once per turn on each effect, but that's fine. It's a really, really good card. If you want to run 3, like I said, that would be fine. I'm now playing 3 of the Red Eyes Baby Dragon, which I am like super. Just look at that though, like that just beautiful. That secret is really, really pretty. This is such a good card. If it's destroyed, when the card is destroyed by balance in the graveyard, you can just special summon 1 level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck. And if you do, you equip this card from the graveyard to it, and then it gains 300 attack. And then if this card is sent in the graveyard while equipped to a monster, you can add a level 1 dragon monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So this is a really, really cool effect, and it's so cheap. I think it's like $6, I believe, on like TCG Player, and like I think even on eBay, which I get a lot of my stuff from eBay because it's way faster shipping and it's trackable. But a lot of this stuff is like $6-7 now, so that's really, really cool. I'm running 1. Gearfried, the Red Eyes Iron Knight. I'm running this because I'm running Slash Dragon as well, because it's Red Eyes, so I want to do that. But I don't think you need more than 1. But he's really cool. Once per turn, if either player equips an equipped card to this card, you can destroy those equipped cards. You can destroy 1 spell / trap card your opponent controls. Once per turn, you can send 1 equipped card you control that is equipped with this card to the graveyard, then target 1 level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster in your graveyard and special summon it. You're really probably only going to use this for fusion fodder though. So you're probably not really going to worry about those effects too much, but it is there if you need it. I'm also running a Meteor Dragon Red Eyes Impact for the same reason, trying to get out the... I can never remember his name. The Black Meteor Comet Dragon, I think. I can never remember his name. The Red Eyes Fusion Meteor guy. That's the reason I'm running him. Away from the kind of Red Eyes package, which technically this should be in the Red Eyes package, I'm running 3 Black Metal Dragon. This is a really good card. You can target one Red Eyes monster you control and equip this monster from your hand or field to that target. It gains 600 attack. And then if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add a Red Eyes card from your deck to your hand. So it's really cool. You can just equip it to something, link it off, anything like that, and you get to search any Red Eyes card. And it's not once per turn either. So you have multiple of these in your hand. You can resolve them all, as many as you want that turn. So it's really cool. I'm sticking to 2 Vashuda, Tiny Spirit Vashuda, because this is just really helpful for like trying to go into Flare. Flare Metal, for those of you who don't know, Tiny Spirit Vashuda is a level 7 monster. It's really easy to get out in the field, especially in this deck, because if you control no effect monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, and you're almost always going to have a Red Eyes Black Dragon Vanilla on the field at some point. So it's really easy to get out. And then if you control a face-up non-effect monster, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard. That's really versatile. That's cool. And then you can target one card your opponent controls and then compulse it back to the hand, which is really awesome. And it's a once per turn, but that's really, really cool. You can use this to go into your Exceed plays, level 7 Exceed plays with Red Eyes Black Dragon, or you can just straight up compulse something. It just does a lot of things. It's things to the hand, the graveyard, and on the field, so it's really, really helpful. For the last of the monsters, I'm running 3 Nocta Vision Dragon for the same reason I stuck to this too, just because it really does help you into your rank 7 plays. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you target the face down card or cards you control. Quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard and negate that effect, and also your opponent cannot target that face down card with card effects the rest of the turn. That's cool, but we don't really use that too much. The effect we really use is if a dark dragon monster is special summoned to the field, except during the damage step, you special summon this card from your hand. And then if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard as Link Terror, you get to draw a card. So that is really, really cool. It just really does help with the consistency of going into rank 7 Exceed plays. So that's actually it for the monsters. I'm not running hand traps. If you want to run more disruption, you could get... It just depends on what you want to do. If you don't want to do the fusion base, you get rid of these 2, run some disruption. Or you could get rid of the Nocta Vision, Tiny Spirit. I mean, there's flexibility. Do what you want to do. But I've been playing this at a more casual level, so I haven't really, needed hand traps as much, especially with everything going on in the world right now. But if you want to substitute for the hand traps, you can definitely do that. There's definitely room to do that. So let's go into these spells. First up, really, really important. 3 Call by the Grave, because you do a lot of searching in this deck. Honestly, if you get ashed, once, that's probably not going to be too big of a deal, because you do have a ton of digging into your deck at your disposal. Get hit with a draw a lot, that's going to suck. Though that's probably going to suck. So Call by the Grave is really, really important for this deck. As far as digging deeper into the deck, 3 Allure. Now, you don't want to banish too much of your stuff, and you don't probably ever want to banish a Red Eyes Vanilla, or a Vanilla Red Eyes Black Dragon, unless you can afford to banish one, you think. But it does help to dig into the deck. But you just play with it. You'll know what you can banish if you want to. So Nocta Vision Dragon, definitely fine to banish that. Tiny Spirit if you want to. It is live in the graveyard though, so that does help. But this is really helpful for just digging into our deck. On that same topic, I'm also running just 2 cards of the Redstone. This card is really, really good. I love this card. You send 1 level 7 Red Eyes monster from your hand to the graveyard, then you draw 2 cards, and then you can send a level 7 Red Eyes monster from your deck to the graveyard. So basically, you can Foolish Burial 2 cards. I mean, you can Foolish Burial something from your hand, draw 2, and then set up your graveyard. So this deck has a lot of graveyards set up. Also, on that note, if you want to play Dark Arm Dragon, you can, because it's easy to get 5 darks on the first turn in your graveyard, and then get that out. I took that out, though, for some more baby dragons, but if you want to play that, that's fine. Next up, I'm playing 3 of the Return of the Dragon Lords. This card is really important for this deck because it's so good. Number 1, this is not a once per turn card, which is crazy. You target a level 7 or 8 dragon monster in your graveyard and special summon it, and then if dragon monster or monsters you control would be destroyed by battle the card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So basically, it brings out whatever you set up in their graveyard, and then it has graveyard protection, and it's not once per turn. It's a really, really good card. I definitely recommend you play 3 of this one. Next up, I'm running 3 Red Eyes Insight. This card is fantastic. What it does is you send a Red Eyes monster from your hand to the deck to the graveyard. There's no level restriction on that. It's just any Red Eyes monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, which is awesome. You add a Red Eyes spell or trap from your deck to your hand, except another copy of this card, and you only activate one Red Eyes Insight per turn. So not only do you basically have disposal to throw whatever you want in your hand or deck into the graveyard, you get to add a spell or trap to your hand, which is really, really cool. That's why we're only playing one Red Eyes Fusion. If you wanted to bump this one up, that's fine. I'm definitely going to bump this up once Dragoon hits, but right now there's just other spots I'd rather have, and I haven't had an issue so far with getting to my Red Eyes Fusion, so I haven't really felt a need to bump up the number yet. Like I said, when Dragoon comes, I'm probably going to be running at least 2, if not 3, for like the month and a half that we have that card, because it's got to get hit hard. But that's a whole other topic for a whole different day. I'm just playing a Monster Reborn, and then also I am deciding to run one Dragon Shrine. Dragon Shrine's really cool. I don't see it played as much in this deck, but I personally, every time I draw into it, I use it because it's really good. You send a dragon monster from your deck to the graveyard. Then if that monster is in your graveyard is a dragon normal monster, you can send an additional dragon monster from your deck to the graveyard, which is really great. You just get to basically Foolish Burial 2 things, and that's cool. If you want to swap that out for something else, it's totally fine. You can do that, but I like the Dragon Shrine. And I'm just playing 2 traps. I'm just playing 2 Fang of Chain. Fang of Chain is really, really cool. If you wanted to play Red Eyes Return, which is kind of better for an Exceed Turbo, or Return to the Red Eyes, that's fine. Totally fine. I'm just like, I'm excited to have access to more Fang of Chain because I wasn't going to pay that much money for more of them. So I just been playing around with it. It's actually fun. If you don't know what Fang of Chain does, you target a Red Eyes monster you control and equip this card to it. It can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. You can send this equip card to the graveyard. Then you target an effect monster on the field and equip that target to the monster this card was equipped to. And if you do, while a monster is equipped to it by this effect, its attack defense become equal to the original attack defense of the equipped monster. So basically, you can just steal one of your opponent's monsters and take their attack, which is cool if they can be targetable. So that is really nice. Like I said, if you want to swap that out for Return the Dragon Lords, not Return the Dragon Lords, Return the Red Eyes, or Red Eyes Return, that's totally fine. Return the Red Eyes? Am I saying that right? I don't know. You know which card I'm talking about. Anyway, so that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get to the extra deck. Extra deck's changed a little bit since my Exceed Turbo. Not a ton, though. Not too much, actually. I'm running 3 of the Red Eyes Flare Metal. I did, yeah, I swapped out my Secret and Ultra Rares for like one of each of the colors because I really like that purple, man. That's cool. Just, why not? But I know there's been mixed feelings about this, but I actually really like it. I think it's cool. But anyway, I'm running 3 of the Flare Metal. Flare Metal is awesome. You can just win with just turboing out multiple of these cards. Because basically what this card does is every time your opponent activates a card or effect, well, number 1, this card can't be destroyed by card face while it's material. And also, while it has material, each time your opponent activates a card or effect, they take 500 burn damage immediately after their effect resolves. And on top of that, once per turn quick effect, you can detach 1 material from this card and then target 1 Red Eyes normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So it just does a ton, has some protection, burns for your opponent, and then either during your player's turn, you can bring something from the graveyard, which is cool. And then if you get 2 or 3 out per turn, like on your first turn, which I've been able to do that before. It does take a little bit of practice, but you can do it. It's attainable. Your opponent will take, I mean, how many effects do they activate in the first turn, dude? Like a ton, right? So, I mean, your opponent's going to be limiting their self to only a few effects, not getting out their whole combo because they don't want to take 1,500 burn damage for each daggone card they resolve. So this is really cool. Definitely recommend playing 3 of this. If you don't want the color ones, there's Ultra Secrets, Ghosts, stuff like that. It's totally fine. Next up, I'm playing 1 Dark Arm, the Dragon of Annihilation. This card is cool. He can pop, basically, and then once per turn, if you have exactly 5 monsters in your graveyard, which you can easily set that up. You can also exilely summon this card by using a level 5 or higher Dark Dragon monster you control the material. So basically, you can like save one of your monsters for something else if you want to do that, and just use 1 for material, which is cool. And you can also detach material from this card, and then target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it, and then you banish 1 card from your graveyard. And then this card can't attack rest turn, but I mean, that's not a big deal. I'm running a Big Eye. Big Eye is really cool. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, and then target 1 monster your opponent controls and take control of that monster. And this card can't attack the turn this effect is activated, but that monster you took can, which is great. I just love stealing things from my opponent's side of the field. It's fantastic. For the last Exceed, I'm running a Draco set. Draco set's really, really cool. 2 level 7 monsters once per turn. You detach 1 material from this card and special summon 2 Mecha Phantom Beast tokens. Their win, level 3, attack and defense 0. And while you control a token, this card cannot be destroyed by battle card effects. And then once per turn, you contribute 1 Mega Fan Beast monster, including the token. And then you can target one card on the field, destroy it. And this card can't attack the turn you activate this effect. It was really, really cool. It just does a lot of good stuff. It gets tokens on the field, gives them protection, then gives you the ability to do some additional popping if you choose to do that. Moving into the fusions, I'm running a Red Eye Slash Dragon because this card is stupid cheap now. I pulled so many of it. I don't know if you've watched my opening, but if you haven't, you should go check that out. Legendary Duelist, man. I haven't actually gotten mad on camera before yet, but I legitimately got mad that time. I pulled like freaking 3 or 4 of these. I can't remember. In a row. So it was stupid. But anyway, this card's cool. When a Red Eyes monster declares an attack, you can target one warrior monster in the graveyard and equip it to this card. As an equipped card, that gives this card 200 attack, so only have 3,000. When a card effect is activated that targets a card you control quick effect, you can send one equipped card you control to the graveyard to negate the activation if you do destroy that card. So that is really, really nice. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you special summon as many monsters from your graveyard as possible that were equipped to this card. So it has a ton of cool effects. I don't ever think I've ever wanted to go into more than one though, so I'm only playing it as a one of. And then Meteor Black Comet, I was talking about that one. He's really good. I think this one got bought out. When I bought it, he was like $8. But I think he's like 26 unless he's gone down the last week or so. I haven't really checked. But you will go into this one some. For the links, I'm running a Borrelsaur because this is just a great OTKing card. A Saruja. Digging deep into the deck is always a nice thing to do. A Predaplant Birthday Anaconda because just helping out with that Red Eyes fusion. A Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. A Link Karibo, and then also the 2 Guard Dragons. That's it actually for the deck, guys. Like I said, I really hope you enjoy this. You can pick this deck up really cheap now for the most part. I really recommend you doing so. If you've wanted to play Red Eyes, now is like the best time to do it. The prices might go up a little bit, but they're cheap. Like Slash Dragon is like, I think like a $4 card now, I think. I think the most expensive one would be this one. Like I said, I haven't checked the market in like a week or so. So this one might have gone down. But yeah, guys, you can make this deck for cheap and bling it out now. It's really, really awesome. But yeah, guys, that is it for the Red Eyes Dragon deck profile. We'll be doing another version when Dragoon comes out. Maybe another one even before then, we'll see. But if you're here and you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. Hit that bell so you can become part of the notification team so you get notifications for deck profiles just like this one. And if you watch this video to this point and you've liked it, hey, give it a thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate that. That allows my video to circulate around YouTube because I am still a very, very small YouTuber. But as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.